Well, it's another week in Trinidad and Tobago, and this is Robert Amar from the Situation Room. This is Blog 3. I hope you've been able to review the last two, but it's up there and it will be staying there for as long as you would like. In the end, the information is for you to reference at any time. An interesting week, a very interesting week. This week in Trinidad and Tobago shows the power of connections. It's kind of obvious that no matter where in the world you live, connections in the offices of those who are empowered is a very important and critical connection to where you want to go and what you want to achieve. Over the last couple of days, I think the country has been questioning, as I questioned in my last blog to you, whether the justification or the jury or the judgment, those who are involved in that particular process, whether they are working in the fairness, in the balance, in the level, or whether it's different strokes for different folks. I reiterate once again about the Basdeo Pandey matter, because he was not an entertainer. He was the Prime Minister of this country, and a magistrate who is now gone made the determination that because he lied on a document, lied, I said. You heard me, lied. He didn't steal, rob, or take advantage of anyone and extort. Or he did not have any high office, intimate relationship. The reality is, we turn out now seeing the power of connections. You can fool yourself for as long as you want, as some people on the Facebook have been saying. They have been making statements that it happens in America. Yeah, maybe. But they also take action against those who have done wrong. Lil Wayne is one that comes to mind. Let's not forget guys like Suge Knight. And I am sure the list goes on. Now added to the list, Armstrong the cyclist. And you know what happened with the Phelps guy who was smoking the chillum. He is the most successful athlete in the swimming history as of today. We have to come clear and understand that the rules must not be made and must not be biased. That one person has the ability to manipulate it. And if we continue along this path, as I have been reminded about the problems in the Beatum, only last night, Thursday night, the 16th of January, at around 9, a drive-by shooting takes place at the Beatum. And this is not a drive-by through the Beatum. This is a drive-by on the highway. And the people who called me to kind of bring me in touch emphasize that it's not going to go down that easy. So while all the entourage of the People's Partnership is in Tobago, basking in the glory and sunlight of the perception of a win that may occur on Monday, the criminal deviant behavior in Trinidad explodes. And the young men and women outside there, more so from those depressed areas, are asking, when will somebody pay attention? I know not the problem. and I do not profess to know what caused it. But I know if we do not intervene and start taking action, the problem, like gangrene, will get to the stage where the only way to solve it is with amputation. So let us not forget, people. While Trinidad and Tobago may be entering into that period of festivity and drunkenness, sober-minded Trinbagonians better remember, after Carnival Tuesday comes Ash Wednesday, and after Ash Wednesday comes a normal day. And while we may be able to get in our own festive way, gyrate and whine and jump up and do all the things that we are doing, it is obvious that you have to remember that there will be problems if we do not take the kind of action that is necessary. Let's for 1 minute leave that subject and look at the issues of Tobago. Because by the next time you hear from me, it's going to be after that election. There is some semblance of feeling that it's going to be a balanced position. And the president may be called in. I don't think in this case he has the power to be called in. But it may have to go back to a rerun of an election in Tobago for the first time in history, because it may just turn out to be 6-6. I'm not in touch with the Tobago politics, but I tell you that a win for any other party but the PNM in Tobago will be a further destruction of the fabric of our society. We will end up with what will be considered future carte blanche, because now those who are engaged in the power paradigm, those are the same ones that will end up in a situation of wanting to believe they can do no wrong, as if though that would have been a further signing on the dotted line to give them the autonomy to do what they want to do. Let's hope that the Tobago people, like my Guave friend has told me, are more intelligent. Does Tobago have problems with accountability? You bet. Does Tobago have issues with delivery, value for money, projects that are there? You better believe it does. Does Tobago have problems with regards to resource management, how to use the money, what to do with the money, how to spend the money, where to spend the money, who to spend the money on? If you didn't know that, then you are not living in Trinidad, because Trinidad knows very well that that's the same problems that we live, breathe, sleep, smell, touch every single day. As a matter of fact, there is this debate going on as to whether Winston Dukaran should be appointed the person under the People's Partnership to represent the country as its next president. I have made it very clear. I would love that to happen, so that at least a by-election can be called in that particular constituency. And I hope you, the people of Tunapuna, are smart enough to know, don't give it to the PNM, nor give it to the People's Partnership, give it to neutral. If you give it to the PNM, they can't do anything for you. If you give it to the People's Partnership, they will continue to do whatever they're doing now. Both sides need a wake-up call. So you tell the PNM, go bask in the glory of the sun of failure. And you tell the People's Partnership, come join the sunlight of failure. And you put somebody neutral. I would like to be that person. But it's a choice that you have to make.